Hey everybody, Jason Baker here, and I'm with the ever-present, ever-illustrious Lonnie Robinson. How you doing, man?
Hey man, how's it going? Doing great.
It's going wonderful. All right, so gotta say this. Thank you very much for doing this interview today. This is going out to my subscriber list, and also will be available for yours as well.
Cool, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the invitation. Uh, I've been watching you work and watching some of the things that you're creating. Just want to give you kudos for that because one of the hardest things in our business is getting started.
Yeah,
You've taken that step, and then you've taken the step further with getting engaged, meeting other entrepreneurs, networking, just getting involved, asking the right questions. And I want to applaud you for that, Jason. Just keep the momentum going. If you feel yourself slowing down, then just kind of shift gears a little, but never stop. Never put the brakes on. Keep moving forward.
wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother.
Okay, so now getting on to our little set of questions here. What, what is? Hold on. What do you use as a way to stay motivated and focused?
Well, that's a good question. I use my family as my motivation, of course. That's my primary motivation. Is I want to provide for my family, and I have them in mind in everything that I do. That's why I work hard to present the ultimate in value because this is not the business that I'm in. Is not a hobby. It's internet marketing business. Being a digital broker is not a hobby to me. This is a job that I'm very passionate about and that I'm very serious about. My family is my number one motivation. And secondly, I have to say it's my inner circle, my network of people that I know, like, and trust. And I want to see them excel. I want to see them succeed as well. And they inspire me to keep the momentum and keep it going. So I have to say family and that inner network of like-minded people that I share my products and services, tips, tools, and strategies with, and they in turn share it with me as well. Share theirs with me as well.
Right. Okay, yeah, like for my just to give you a little bit of insight of as to what I use, family and friends are motivation as well for me as well. Another thing that I use is an accountability contract. I also use certain videos and a playlist to get really laser focused and get stuff done. Thank you very much for your answer, by the way.
You're welcome.
Next question is, how long ago did you start your online business?
Wow, that's kind of that question has two answers. I started dipping and dabbing in this in the late '90s. I was one of those infomercial junkies, whereas I was used to watch all these cool infomercials late night, and I love them, and I still love them. They don't have a lot of them on these days, but I still love watching them. If you want to create a sales letter, this is that's a great way, to look at their marketing pieces and kind of implement that into your business. But anyway, I was one of those late night infomercial junkies, and I was buying every product known to man, and then these were products that were physical products. Then they became virtual products, and I was still sold. I was hooked on that. So in buying those products, I kind of got inspired, and I said, "Hey, wow, let me try this." But the thing I did is I kind of went about it wrong. I was what you call one of those hype doctors, magic pill pushers, because that's what I learned,
Right.
and that's what I learned, and this was in the '90s. So back in the '90s, people were getting away with it because the internet was still pretty new. And if you could put up a sales letter with all the hype on it and buy my stuff on it and, just put some products up there, people were going to buy them because there was no alternative. This was new and everybody was jumping on this, both from a consumer standpoint and from a marketing standpoint. So it was a win-win situation. But as everything evolves, things change. So that was the first part. Now the second part of my career as an information broker was in the 2000s, the early 2000s. And that's when I really got serious about this. And in getting serious, I connected with mentors, people like Corey Rudel, who was very instrumental in me really getting on the right path in the right direction, going in the right direction. And then Mike Filsaime, Tom Bill, a few of those guys, Stephen Pierce. I mean, these guys were my mentors. These are my value mentors. You know, just because you have a mentor doesn't necessarily mean that they're somebody that can provide value.
Yes, definitely true.
Yeah, so in the early 2000s, that's when I really got serious. And the way that I got serious was by starting to invest in training and education, getting that knowledge from those who were successfully providing value to the industry and customers were loving. So that's how I got started. Two-part.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, glad to have you in the industry. You're certainly a becoming one of the greats for sure, at least in my perspective.
Thank you, and thank you very much.
So, what were some of the roadblocks that you hit that you might want to shed some light on for people to avoid?
The roadblocks, the roadblocks that I hit was not necessarily what you would call traditional roadblock blocks. These were, I think it was more or less a mindset thing that was my primary brick wall, so to speak. And the mindset I had was, okay, now that I've got the knowledge, now I know how to build it, where are the customers? So, you know, that gets kind of discouraging. And that's why I tell you, don't put on the brakes. Just keep the momentum. And there was times when I must admit that I felt like, man, this is not working for me. This is not working. And you know, there were times when I kind of slacked off from that. But I pulled myself together rather quickly. And I said, hey, Rome wasn't built overnight. And neither should an internet business or any other business, whether it's internet related, internet based, or offline based. So I continue to learn, continue to ask questions, continue to network, continue to attend internet marketing live events, and things started to work out for me. So I think mindset was my major one.
Yeah, I can see that totally. There's times where I've just, don't want to really continue on this, but then it's like, you know, okay, if I don't, what else is there?
Right, absolutely. So yeah, I mean that was basically that was it. Mindset, I'd have to say mindset is number one. And that's the thing that a lot of people they don't target the mindset. You know, they think it's me, my products suck, my sales pages suck, nobody likes me, you know, and you shouldn't take it personal. I mean, you got to keep it going, keep doing what the experts, your mentors that are providing value, just keep creating products, keep learning from them and implementing. Speed of implementation is paramount.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you overcome the whole thing with the easy button and/or shiny object syndrome?
Okay, that was very difficult for me, and I did overcome it. I'm proud to say it was a more or less a step-by-step process for me because I looked at all the magnificent products and services and coaching and all that stuff that you know and I know that's available to us at the push of a button or the push of a PayPal button. So
yes, definitely.
what I did, I think that what did it for me is when I really took my business serious and I sat down and this is something I highly recommend to everyone, regardless of what business you're in. You gotta have a business plan. Okay, you just can't come on and be a renegade. You gotta begin with the end in mind, and you've got to have that business plan. And when you sit down and look at your business plan and how you want to implement and execute that plan, you know, to make it a reality as far as a website, as far as a total business that's going to make you a profit, you've got to look at only the tools the training, the services that are going to make that business work for you, to make that business plan work for you. And put your blinders on for everything else. Implement the tools that you need. Implement the training that you need, all the resources that you need. Implement that into your business. And then once you've built that and you've got that working, then you can venture out a little bit and start looking at things that may complement your business.
Wonderful. So, any suggestions, any recommendations on various tools that you use?
Well, when you're building a business, you need a few things. You're going to need the primary tool that I recommend is some sort of training, and that training's got to be based on what your niche is, what you're trying to do.
Right.
If you're in the dog training niche, then you need to surround yourself with You need to surround yourself with people that are successful in the dog training niche. See what they're doing, and make it yours legally. And I'll get to that in a second. And you need to be in a market. You need to make sure that there is an audience and that you've targeted that audience. And you know specifically what they want. You can't bounce around. I highly recommend training. Now, of course, people say the money's in the list. And while that's somewhat true, I also somewhat disagree. The money's in the relationships that you build, not only with your list, but with your JV partners, with your affiliate partners, and with offline relationships. We sometimes forget about those offline relationships. For example, dog training niche. There's pet stores, and there's private owners that have pet stores. You can work out a deal with them. I mean, they have hundreds and thousands of customers. So we kind of forget about that, and we say, hey, look, here's my card with a special link on it, and you can get my dog training book. You can give this out to your customers. Give them my business card. And every time they go there and buy it, you get an affiliate commission.
Definitely.
We kind of forget about those things. And of course, there's autoresponders, and there's WordPress, and of course, you need hosting and a domain name, of course. But you need that inner circle. You need that training, and I highly recommend that.
Wonderful. Thank you for those recommendations, by the way.
Hey, you're welcome.
Let's see here. So what was your major obstacle you had to overcome in your first few years of business?
I think building relationships. That was my major. Being a part of that core group of people that could help take my business to the next level. I mean, of course, I had all the training, and of course, I had the tools and the resources, and I had a list of people. I had built a list of prospects and customers, but I needed to. One of the biggest things was being able to connect with my fellow internet marketers, affiliate partners, JV partners. That was one of the things that I had problems with, because I really didn't. At first, I didn't know where to go. But see, I did find those in forums and offline marketing, just going to the different events and things of that nature, and connecting with people and just building relationships.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what have you done to get where you are now? Name some specific strategies and must-haves that you have added over your journey.
Sure. I pretty much started out promoting other people's products as an affiliate marketer, and a lot of people will tell you that that's the primary way to start. Okay, and I used to preach that. When I started my coaching program, the first thing I did was say, okay, you need to find what's your niche. Okay, now that you got a niche, let's find a product for you to promote, and you make some commissions, and I'll show you how to build a list at the same time. But I think the main thing now, I've somewhat changed that. The main thing you want to do now is create your own product as soon as possible. Create your own product as soon as possible. And it was when I created my own product that I started to feel a sense of control. I was able to, in turn, not only find people that wanted to promote my products and be affiliates for me, but I was also able to teach others how to create products.
Right.
Yeah.
Product creation is one of the better aspects of online marketing.
Right. And people don't realize how easy it is, Jason. They don't have, I mean, they don't realize it. I mean, basically, just interviewing someone, for example, it can be a product.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
it's your product. This is your product. I mean, whatever
Yep.
you're going to do with it is what you're going to do with it. You have that control. See, now you're in the driver's seat.
Exactly.
You're not waiting on your commissions. You're not hoping that you get paid. And you have more control. You can edit this product. You can add to it. You can take away from it. You can trash it all together. I hope you don't, though.
I won't. All right, good stuff. Man, you've already provided a lot of golden nuggets here. I hope everyone out there is truly paying attention because this guy knows his stuff. Let's see here. So, who are your role models or people in your inner circle?
Okay.
You know, from the ones that you've already mentioned, you know, Tom Beale and Stephen Pierce and all that.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, they were the. I always say this, and I kind of laugh about this in my little inner circle group. We have our masterminds. I identify who are my grandfathers, my fathers, my grandparents, my parents, and who my siblings are, and who my children are. And I do it from an internet business perspective. You know, the grandfathers to me is Rich Sheffrin and you know, Jay Abraham. These are guys that I listen to and follow. A few other guys that, you know, in that group. Lonnie Robinson, of course. These are my grandparents. You know, I look at them as being my grandparents. My parents is Corey Rudel and Mike Filsaime, Stephen Pierce. Those are my parents. These are the guys that really raised me and took me to the next level. And then I've got, well, you know, still, I need to add Evan Pagan to that list. Evan Pagan is, I could go on and on. We could make this entire interview about Evan Pagan because he's really done so much as far as showing me how to create value, showing me how to move that value line, that free line, showing me how to over-deliver. He's really been instrumental in that, and I owe him a lot of appreciation and respect for that. And then I've got my siblings, and that's the Seth Larrabees and Roosevelt Simmons, Brad Lindsay. You know, those guys have been there for me, showing me tremendous support. Joanne Mason, showing me tremendous support. And then there's a few. I've got a lot of siblings. I've got a lot of brothers and sisters.
Nice.
Yeah, and then there's like my inner circle, which are like, I guess you can't really call them my children, because a lot of these guys, and another sibling of mine is Kevin Riley, but a lot of these guys, a lot of my children are, I don't want to name them, but these are people that are my coaching students, that I'm able to share what I've been taught with them. So I want to leave out the children names because I don't want to offend anyone. Because I mean, although it's a positive note, I don't want to make it seem like they're beneath me, but I'm actually providing value with them and sharing things with them, and they're sharing some amazing things in turn with me. So I'm learning from them at the same time, which we also learn from our children. If you have children, you know, I've got a 14-year-old son, and he's taught me some stuff that is simply incredible.
Wonderful. And I gotta say, I've gotta tell you right now also that I consider you, in that sense, you know, a father, because I'm learning a lot from you and the group that the community that you've put together. It's been truly inspirational, truly wonderful.
And I, in turn, I mean, you've shared some amazing tools and products that I would have never found without you.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a thing that's reciprocated.
Definitely.
But I think this is the second time I've ever shared my little, and we kind of laugh at it. People's like, "Hey, you know what your grandfather's doing today?" And your grandfather just launched a product. Hey, your dad launched a product yesterday. You know, we kind of laugh about it. So it's become kind of a joke. And this is the second time I've ever shared this with anyone. So,
Well, I'm honored, truly. Okay, so tell people that are listening today why you think it's so important to create your own inner circle and what the benefits of it is exactly.
well, that's part of the business building blocks, I think. What happens is people go from product to product, whether it's their own product or an affiliate product, and this is a big mistake in our industry, and it's prevalent. I mean, almost everybody does that. They go from one product launch to another, one affiliate product to another, and then it's like when the smoke settles, when the smoke and the dust settles, they're moving on to the next big thing. And I feel like if you're building that inner circle of people, you're able to kind of keep that momentum going because you're building an inner circle of people, inner circle group of people that you can help and they in turn help you and you help them create those products that they are identified with and they in turn help you as well. I mean, I look at butterfly marketing, which was a powerful product in its day by Mike Filsaime and still is today.
Definitely.
And it's a product that I'm sure Mike is still getting sales from, and people are still using it. And that's because Mike didn't just build it, promote it, and leave it.
Right.
So you got to, and he had that core group of people. I'm actually honored to be a moderator for Butterfly Marketing for the forum. So I still answer questions to this day. I answered a question today regarding the software. And I'm listed as a moderator in the forum. I'm listed as one of those go-to guys that, if there's a problem with the software, you can get in touch with me. And
wonderful.
And I forward messages to Mike and his team. And I mean, that's just a sign. That product came out, I believe, in 2006, 2005, like 2006. I mean, we're talking about 5 or 6 years ago.
At least.
And this product still has weight in our industry today. So you want to, and that's because of the product itself, of course, but also his inner circle group of people keeping that momentum for him, even when he can't, even when he's creating other products. So I think people just kind of build it and leave it, build it and leave it.
Right.
Yeah, inner circle will help you keep it going. Because I got guys say, "Hey, what about this product? I thought you were working on that. What's up with that? I'm going to promote that." And then you're like, "Oh yeah," you feel a sense of commitment. You have to deliver on what you say. You got, and like you mentioned, it's your accountability software. So you have to, your inner circle can keep you accountable.
Definitely.
So, yeah, that's the reason.
Okay, so here's a proverbial question that most marketers get asked these days. If you had to start over again from scratch, knowing what you do know now to get your business back up and going, no JVs, no lists, no nothing except for what you got up in the brain, how would you do it?
That's simple. One of the things I would do, well, I would get back online, of course, as quickly as possible.
Right.
So, and then I already know my niche, and it's a make money niche. I would connect with the people in that make money niche, and I would go to them from, I would meet with them from a perspective that is very rare in our industry, unfortunately, and that is to ask them, what is it that I can do to help them? So you build value, you create websites for them, you do some support, you do things, and then you begin to network and build that friendship and build those relationships. You follow them, you get on their list, You do all those things, but you don't ask for, hey, can you promote my stuff? You don't do that. You
Right.
form that relationship. I say, hey, treat your business. And I tell my coaching students this: treat your business like a date.
Mm-hmm.
You're dating. I mean, our
Yeah.
business, we're in the dating business. Did you know that? Because we're building relationships with people, and we really want them to like, love, trust, respect, appreciate us, and we want to build that relationship. We don't want to go to them and say, "Hey, my name is Lonnie. Will you buy my stuff?" You don't want to do that. I mean,
Right.
why? I mean, that's you just shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you wouldn't do that offline. You wouldn't do that in a dating situation. If you're at a club or if you're at a restaurant or something or some type of networking event, you don't walk up and say, "Hey, my name is Lonnie. Would you like to go out with me?"
Right.
You introduce yourself, you build that relationship, and then you can decide on whether it's a good fit or not. If it's not a good fit, then you continue to build other relationships. If it is a
Exactly.
good fit, then you take it to the next level. Then eventually you get married.
Yep.
If it works. I mean, and that's the way our business is. We build relationships, we get to know each other, we make those decisions. Hey, can I trust this guy? This guy's pretty cool. Or I don't know. I don't know about him. He seems a little shady.
Right.
And we make those decisions. And one of the major pieces of the decision making process to build a relationship with someone is to add value to them. Thinking only of adding value, not with the underlying sneaky tactic of, I'm
Right.
going to be nice just so that I can get him to promote my stuff.
Right. I've even seen some people say, "Ooh, let me see what I can do for him," and then in about week or two's time, "Ooh, can you promote my product?
Yeah.
Can you promote my lunch?"
I mean, our relationship is a prime example, Jason. When you first
Yeah.
met me and I invited you to Infopreneur Evolution, you asked how you could help me. And then we started working on this WordPress. You were giving me some tips on that. You remember that? This is a while back.
Yeah.
I was working on a licensing product for
Oh.
WordPress plugins.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
That's right.
and you got on Skype with me and kind of gave me some direction and we built our relationship on that. You didn't ask me to. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm going to charge you $10,000. I can do it." I mean, you didn't
Right.
do that. I mean, it was just a relationship. It was a natural relationship. And
Definitely.
and look, and here we are today.
Exactly.
This is a shining example of this is proof that it works. So if I had to start all over again with no list, no product, no anything, that's what I would do. Is I would try to network with those people that I could help, and I would also network with those prospects that I could help, whether it be coaching students or whether it be customers. I'm a big believer in that. I freely give up my time. I freely share my products and services because I just love building relationships. I love connecting with people. I love seeing where it's going to
Oh, I agree.
go.
It's an interesting roller coaster, but a roller coaster that I love to be on. It's just always ever changing, ever evolving. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you hadn't have invited me into Infopreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
none of this would have happened. I thank you, and I
You're welcome.
hope that I can continue to add value to both you and your community because it's truly, truly a resource that if you don't have it, you need to get it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.